Hey everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about the Dimensional Shamblers from the Azathoth Expansion from Cthulhu Wars. Alright guys, so Dimensional Shamblers. These guys are pretty cool. This is a good unit. It's a solid choice. Just like all neutral monsters, you pay 2 Doom points to obtain this loyalty card. You have control of them for the rest of the game. And what's a little bit different is you place, let's say that you're Cthulhu, when you pay the 2 Doom points, you place the Dimensional Shambler on your faction card, not on the board. Then, as you summon more, they're always put on your faction card to start. And then in response to somebody else's action, you can move them to any area. So someone, Cthulhu, I don't know, I guess Shub-Niggurath invades here, and then you're saying, okay, in response to you moving here, I'm gonna move these off here to defend. Or, in response to you moving in, I'm going to move them here, right? You can do a little bit of a Cold War and say, well, what do you want? What do you want to do? Do you want to kill my cultists or do you want to leave? Because I'm going to be killing your cultists too. That kind of stuff. It's very cool. It's very thematic to who they are. They're a 2 combat die monster. They only cost 2. This is a strong unit in my opinion. Now, once they're placed, they can't re-dimensionally shamble or whatever. So usually you kind of want them to die. I think if you can sacrifice them, whatever, then you can resummon them just so you have that response. Because once they're on the board, they're just a normal empty unit with no special ability. So you primarily want them to die. Of course, their feet are backwards. Pretty weird things. You never really want your unit to die unless it's valuable that it dies. Okay, so let's look into some scenarios. Cthulhu, does he want it? Yeah, I think he wants them. They're good because with his units, you can sacrifice them to Shoggoth, which will give your Shoggoth more combat dice, and at the same time, or block pains or kills. At the same time, you're getting them back so you can resummon them, so you can re-respond. So very good for Cthulhu. You're going to get a lot more use out of their ability than the other factions, I think. All right, so Crawling Chaos. I think so. This is what happens in my games, and I'd love for you to post down below if this is kind of what happens to you. So Nyarlathotep, he shows up, and he's just doing his thing. He's just like, hey, Harbinger, I got one job here. I got to kill great old ones. That's what I do. So, he kills them. And Nyarlathotep's good at it. He's good at killing other great old ones. But then other factions, like, you think you're making an enemy out of Black Goat, but Cthulhu's not dumb. So he's going to invade with Submerge, right? And he's going to kill Nyarlathotep. Crawling Chaos, if he had... Now, he already has some great abilities with hunting horrors. This just gives him more abilities, right? You can fill in weaknesses, or you can emphasize strengths. And they already have a strength, Crawling Chaos, to be able to respond to threats. But you just get another unit to help you defend Nyarlathotep. I think it's strong. I think it's good, personally, for them. What about Chocho? So Chocho they're going to have 3, maybe 4 gates, and they're going to have a bunch of proto-shoggoths kind of like spread across them. They're going to have Ubosatha, which nobody wants to attack Ubosatha because he's going to kill you. Right? He's going to be 10, 13 combat dice. He's going to kill everybody who attacks him. And he's slow, and he doesn't have a special ability, so other than just to come back. That's his special ability. He's going to come back. So what I see is Chocho will have some defense because they don't spread out, and they struggle to save all their areas. They can save any 2, maybe 3, but then they lose one. Dimensional Shamblers, they can give you that responsibility. If you're a defensive faction, Dimensional Shamblers are really good. I think that's it. So the defensive factions or people who are vulnerable to being picked on, they really want Dimensional Shamblers. I think it's good. Black Goat, I don't think so. I don't think this is a good match. It's fine, totally fine, but it's not great. 2-cost unit that can pop up basically anywhere in response to a thing. Everybody can use that, right? But I just think Black Goat should probably spend their power on other things first. Yellow Sign, it can protect the king in yellow, right? So you're doing your thing. You're just desecrating the world. Just leave me alone. Don't send Captain Planet to stop me. I'm just doing my thing. And then people decide to pick on king in yellow, probably Nyarlathotep. And Dimensional Shamblers can give you a good defensive option. That can be good, but the problem I always find with Yellow Sign is I don't have a lot of power to just spend it on Dimensional Shamblers, especially when I've got to wander the world desecrating it. That's me. Opener of the Way. So Opener of the Way doesn't benefit as much from being able to have monsters pop out in response. Obviously it's a good thing, but it's just not great. And I would not spend my Doom points normally for Dimensional Shamblers. It's just not like, really you want to emphasize your ability to mutate up your units, and Dimensional Shambler doesn't have that. And that's it. That's the first 6 factions with Dimensional Shamblers. They're a defensive unit, and they're a great defensive unit. So people who need defenses, and it could be anybody, right? It could be Cthulhu. You could be, everybody's picking on me. You could be ahead. If you're in the lead, it can be good to have Dimensional Shamblers, because if the whole board is turned against you, you want everybody to be afraid, right? Nobody wants to lose because they helped knock you down. Well, some people do. They like playing Kingmaker, but yeah, for the most part, just if you're in the lead, everybody can use it, because you're going to need those responsive defenses. All right, guys. If you have any good stories with Dimensional Shamblers, anything I missed, post down below. And otherwise, till next time, bye, guys.